Hi everyone, it's Matt from Bluebell Bushcraft here. The snow's just coming down thick and fast now, so I thought I'd take this time to do a quick heat tent video, just to show you how you can use basics such as thermal blankets and gaffer tape to create quite a nice warm tent, particularly in survival situations or if you're working with children who get cold quite quickly. So let me just show you the equipment that we've got and then we'll get straight to it. So here we've got some emergency blankets. It's really important to get the waterproof kind because some kinds of emergency foil blankets can be quite porous and let through rain, and when the snow melts let through the moisture there. So waterproof kind is the best type. Gaffer tape, I've gone for black, but if you're using it in a survival situation, then it's really important you get orange or pink, as those neon colours are very rarely found in nature and it's a bit more visible from the air. I've also got some pallet wood here, just in case of the wind. Obviously, if I was doing this out in the woods, then I would find branches that were going to weigh down the blankets to make sure that they weren't going to blow away. Now, I've only been out here about 5 minutes, and already my hands are getting really cold, just because of the kneeling on the snow, touching the ground when I'm pressing the gaffer tape down. So it's obviously a really good idea to have these already prepared. In the summer months. They are so light, they're so fiddly, they fly away, but that does mean that they pack down into such small bundles that they're easily storable, ready to get out for winter. So not the best time of year to be doing it, not the best place, but I'm just showing you so that if you are in that situation and you have these, that you can make something that's relatively cheap and quick to do to make a really warm shelter for you. So we've now got 4 blankets gaffer taped together. I'll show you what this is like to start with, and then I'll explain how you can improve it, how you can make it slightly better, but this has just been a really basic, really quick version. So this is the joint between sheets number 2 and number 3 in the middle. What I'm going to do is put an acorn underneath here and tie around it from the other side, so it keeps the sheet really tight and tensioned as I'm hanging up onto the ridgeline. So we've got our tarpaulin made out of the thermal blankets, hung up by the 2 ends, and you can see how the acorn is supporting from underneath, and the tension of the rope is keeping it tight there. And I've done the same with a lump of bark on that side. Of course, you could use a stone, you could use a twig, you could use pretty much anything as long as you tension it and it's sort of relatively round shape. What we now need to do is to do a prusik knot on our ridgeline here, which will stop the shelter from caving in towards the middle, and it will keep it tensioned out along the ridgeline. So now you can see, just need to tension out the edges, pull them down, but you're starting to get basically a fry tarp setup, which you can then use, and you can light your fire just in the middle here. As long as your ridgeline is high enough, it won't cause a problem. And then most of the heat from the fire will be reflected back by the outer walls. To make it better, you can add extra sheets to the edges. So you've got an entrance at the front and an entrance at the back. I'm not going to do those now because it's getting very cold, and this is just a basic showing you what you can do with bushcraft basics. I think in total this cost me something like £7.53, including the gaffer tape, and that's only using 4 sheets, and I've got another 6 there, so I could potentially build it up to be even bigger if I was using it for a larger group of people, or if I wanted to change the design to be a bit more of a sort of a cube shape. All of that is absolutely possible. probably not in the snow. Like I said, it's about preparation. It's about making sure that you're prepared beforehand to be able to go and take this out as it is, set it up, and then light your fire inside to keep that heat in. So thank you for coming along to Bushcraft Basics and our hot tent. I hope that just proves the concept of what we were trying to show you for this one. I know that there are going to be comments about using wool instead of rope. Obviously I would use proper rope, I just didn't have any to hand and that sort of size length that I needed. Obviously I'm not saying that you can do survival stuff with minimal and basic equipment. You need the proper stuff. However, if you're doing things like I do with forest schools, it's just useful to have some form of cheap equivalents that will do the job. And this tent actually does reflect the heat rather well when you've got a small fire going on inside it. So thank you for coming again, and I'll see you on the next video.